all heads, and I mean all heads hang down. But this is not a all heads hang down tribute like a Tito Jackson or a James Earl Jones or a Carl Weathers or even a Louis Gossett Jr. This is all heads hang down for an innocent man who was brutally murdered. I want to repeat it again. He wasn't executed. This man was brutally murdered.
What?
Okay? United States have a long history of murdering innocent black men. Let me repeat it again. United States of America have a history of killing and murdering innocent black men.
No!
The man in question who died just a few hours ago, his name is Marcellus Williams. There was DNA evidence that exonerated him.
What?
The prosecution office rarely, because usually the DA always wants a conviction, they went against that. They said, hey, we don't want this on our record. This guy is innocent. The family of the woman they said that he murdered wanted clemency for him, saying it wasn't the guy. They're saying you got the wrong guy and the guy's still out there. Meaning their daughter's real murderer is still walking around. I'm not gonna sit here and I just don't understand. I know we get it. We're black people in America. I know this is not our land. I get it. It's our land in some ways. I'm not gonna sit here and an FBA and a Tether and all that Tariq Nasheed shit that you a foundational black American. I get it. You know what I mean. You know what I mean with everything that's happening in this world. I'm sorry, and I said this as a Jamaican, not as an FBA, as a Jamaican. This was never my land. I understand that.
Aww.
But the American dream, which is false as hell, false advertisement. Let me repeat, the American dream is a false advertisement narrative.
承知いたしました。
Innocence to proven guilty. They knew this man was innocent. And yet, Governor Michael Patterson and his evil cabinet of Republicans, yeah, I'm going there, Republicans. Again, if it was the Democrats, I would love to blame the Democrats. I don't believe in Democrats or Republicans, but every time there's a race issue, I'm sorry, and I'm not really sorry. I'm sorry that most of you Trumpers and Trump supporters and all you racist Republicans don't understand. And yes, racist. It's not about race. It is always and will remain about race in America. When we do movies, when we cross the street, when we hail for a taxi, it doesn't matter. It will always be about race. Every single time to a degree.
That's right!
Us black people have to have one hand behind our back and one hand out, saying, hey, we'll shake your hand, but we're not shaking your hands with two hands. We're not. This is just beyond me. Well, the governor says that they tried over 15 hearings and he just couldn't do nothing about it. He could have stopped it. There was DNA evidence. He admitted there was evidence. He admitted it. He said, well, it's evidence, but it still doesn't exonerate him. Oh my God. Woo. Wow. I mean.
知らんけど、自分の言葉に責任持て
And you know
よ。
what kills me is that many black men over the years who spent 20 years, 30 years, even 40 years in jail, they weren't in death row, but they come out and I have to say this with all due respect, I don't know if the system broken them. They're submissive because the last two I saw that came out of jail said he forgives everybody. I don't know if that's part of his release or something. He has to sign a statement. But you spent 40 years in jail for something you didn't do. Who knows if you got raped there? Who knows what happened? Because likely, stuff happens in jail with men. We know that. Especially when you're innocent and you've never been to jail before. You never did criminality before. So you wasn't in and out. This was your first time and your only time. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. And all of them came out and have said, and I literally kid you not, since I was in my 20s, I've seen black men who come out of jail. I forgive you. What are you forgiving about? They took your life. They took your freedom. It's not like black people really have freedom in America, but the things that we have, we hold on dear to. I get it, but real freedom, no. But freedom nonetheless. But they even took that away. They took that freedom nonetheless away from you, and you forgive them.
Oh no!
Well, the American dream is a false advertisement. White picket fences, false advertisement. That's why a lot of black women went to feminism, because they thought they were gonna, do better. Black woman gets paid 67 cents on the dollar compared to a white woman that literally gets paid 77 cents on the dollar to a white man. What did feminism do for y'all? Nothing. Nothing. And now we know feminism was made up by the government. Shocker. Shocker. Not really. No. Listen, I don't understand how this world works anymore. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did something I didn't do a long time. I prayed that this guy would have been exonerated, or at least let him be in jail, but let them keep trying until he gets out. I broke my word to God, but I kind of figured that he wasn't going to live. He was murdered. An innocent man was just murdered. What else can you say? What else can anybody say? It's not about race. A governor and his cabinet, a Republican cabinet, had the chance to save an innocent black man's life. That's why it hurts me when I see black people support Trump. I'm like, really? You still don't get it, huh? You still don't get it. You don't get it? And I'm not saying Kamala Harris is better. I'm not saying none of that. But the Democrats at least would have saved face and went, you know what? Let's try to. They would have stopped. They would have did something somewhat. Still don't get it. I don't understand. Again, I don't like Kamala Harris more than anybody. I don't. But the fact people could question her ethnicity is beyond my soul. It's just beyond me. You think they would have questioned the ethnicity of a white person who's running? No. They did it with Obama. What I'm saying is politics had a part to play in this man's murder, because he was murdered. All because this white governor, this murdering white governor, a murderer white governor, murdered an innocent black man who was DNA exonerated.
What?
So all heads hang down for an innocent black man who was murdered once again by the United States of America. All heads hang down.